best. Zealing, however, watched from the side with a scowl, fuming that this arrogant junior was stealing the spotlight. He stepped forward, trying to reassert his authority by reminding Baiyi that this was a D-class dungeon, and he shouldn't get overconfident. Patting Baiyi's hair condescendingly, Zealing acknowledged his performance was good for a first-timer, but warned him that this dungeon had 3 caverns and wouldn't be so easy. He began to give tactical advice, ordering Qi Yin to deal with monsters from the right. Without pause, Baiyi interrupted, stating that he would take the left side, leaving Xiling flustered and ignored. The team now stood in a large cavern with the bodies of defeated beasts. Before them, the path split into 2 tunnels, and at the far end of the cavern, a massive, glowing red magical seal pulsed. As Baiyi ignored him and spoke directly to Qi Yin, Zealing's frustration grew. Baiyi asked Qi Yin if she could handle the lower-level monsters on the right path by herself. Sidelined, Zealing could only watch, thinking how disrespectful this junior was. Baiyi explained to Qi Yin that the purpose of the simulation was to test their individual abilities, and she needed to prove her own strength. He then asked her a simple question. Didn't she want to get a good score? That was all the motivation Qi Yin needed. Her expression became firm as she declared that she understood and could do it. With the plan set, Baiyi walked down the left path alone, while Qi Yin and Xiling took the right. Watching Baiyi's back as he left, Xiling's face twisted with rage. Muttering a curse, he decided that if Baiyi wouldn't learn the easy way, he would have to be taught a lesson the hard way. In a flash of golden light, he summoned a glowing bow, his intention clearly turning malicious. Back in the viewing room, the teachers and students were watching Baiyi's live feed in amazement. Screenshots from the drone footage showed him single-handedly taking down hordes of E-class monsters. One viewer exclaimed that it was incredible how many beasts Baiyi had already defeated. A teacher asked what his current level was, and another replied that his official report still listed him as E1, though his real level was unclear. The group guessed he must be at least E3, or maybe even E4 by now. Meanwhile, Baiyi was facing the giant spider monsters on his path. The teacher who had supervised the awakening ceremony explained to his colleagues that Baiyi's decision to send Qi Yin to the right wasn't random. He had smartly observed the elemental matchups, sending the flower element user, Qi Yin, to face the stellar element monsters, giving her a natural advantage. The teacher praised Baiyi's smart decisions and impressive tactical awareness, even during a high-pressure test. Recalling Baiyi's promise not to disappoint him, the teacher smiled with pride, realizing the boy wasn't just bragging. He looked at the screen with interest, wondering what else his student would do. The scene then confirmed the teacher's analysis from Baiyi's point of view. He had indeed noticed earlier that the stellar-type beasts were mostly coming from the right-hand cave. Knowing they were also a lower level, it was the perfect challenge for Qi Yin, who had the elemental advantage. Following her path, Qi Yin found herself facing a massive, beetle-like monster with glowing purple markings. The creature charged at her fiercely. Reacting quickly, she slammed her hand to the ground and cast a spell, shouting, "Vine Wall!" Thick, thorny vines shot up from the earth, wrapping around the monster and holding it. Despite the successful spell, Qi Yin's face showed great effort and determination as she prepared her next attack, screaming for another wave. With another fierce cry, Qi Yin commanded the thorny vines to tighten. They squeezed the massive beetle monster, crushing its shell, drawing blood, and inflicting a deadly poison effect. The creature fell, defeated. A system notification confirmed her successful kill of the E-class starbug and awarded her 30 experience points. Qi Yin clenched her fist in triumph. Her face lit up with pride as she exclaimed that she had done it again. From the entrance of his own path, Baiyi had been watching her progress. He noted that mages, even at the E-class level, already have their basic class skills. In Qi Yin's case, it was the ability to create a poisonous wall using plants, a skill known as Vine Wall. Baiyi was genuinely impressed. For her first time in a dungeon, she was very calm while facing monsters stronger than herself. She also had the tactical sense to use her wall skill not just for defense, but to trap the monster and create a smaller kill zone. He concluded that she definitely had a natural talent for combat. Having confirmed she could handle her side, Baiyi turned his full attention to the massive, glowing red seal at the end of his cavern. Flames of 5 different elements flickered around it, and he figured the dungeon's sealed D-class monsters must be behind it. With Qi Yin handling the beasts on her path, he was free to focus on his own, more dangerous goal. As he approached the seal, Baiyi considered his strategy. He was confident he could get a high score while hiding his true strength, even with the drones broadcasting his every move. However, he needed to carefully plan his next step, especially with such a powerful seal in front of him. Meanwhile, watching from the entrance to Qi Yin's path, Zealing was furious. He couldn't believe the nerve of these juniors, who were completely ignoring his authority. Deciding that if they were so confident, he would show them a real challenge. His eyes fell on the magical seal in the main cavern. In an instant, he appeared behind Qi Yin. Drawing his golden bow, he aimed not at a monster, but at the ground in front of her. With a malicious grin, he declared that they should try this, and unleashed a bright arrow of light. The arrow struck the earth with explosive force, narrowly missing Qi Yin but blasting a deep, dark hole in the ground. Qi Yin spun around, confused by the sudden attack. Zealing, pretending to be innocent, casually asked why she had dodged, claiming he was just trying to help her by adding a buff. But from the new pit, a menacing growl echoed, and the glowing shape of a massive creature emerged. Before Qi Yin could react, a ferocious, two-headed lion leaped from the chasm, charging at her with terrifying speed. A system window identified the beast as a level 11, D-class twin-headed violent lion. The sudden appearance of such a powerful, unsealed monster left Qi Yin frozen in terror. Sensing the sudden surge of powerful demonic energy, Bai Yi immediately spun around, his attention drawn to the noise on Qi Yin's path. The twin-headed lion, now fully emerged, roared as its body burst into flames. Reacting on instinct, Qi Yin threw her hands forward, desperately trying to hold the beast with her thorny vines. However, the lion's intense fire was too powerful, easily burning through and snapping the vines. With its path cleared, the beast lunged, its massive jaws wide open and ready to devour her. Frozen in terror, Qi Yin could only think it was over. From a safe distance, Zealing watched with a cruel grin, drawing his bow once more as if to add to the chaos. But just as the lion was about to strike, Bai Yi activated his Accelerate skill, a notification confirming a temporary 50% increase in his speed. He shot forward in a blur, intercepting the fiery beast mid-lunge. The sudden move caught Zealing completely by surprise. In a split second, Bai Yi shoved Qi Yin out of the way. Pushing his speed to its limit, he triggered the flash blink effect, allowing him to phase through the lion's attack and land a devastating blow on its head. The powerful strike sent the massive creature reeling backward as Bai Yi landed gracefully, placing himself between the monster and a stunned Qi Yin. Now standing defensively with his large blade, Bai Yi was surprised by the D-class monster's incredible speed, realizing this would be a difficult fight. Zealing watched the chaos with a twisted grin, thinking he knew this dungeon inside and out. He was aware that while most D-class monsters were sealed, there was always one leaked twin-headed lion that would spawn. He gloated to himself, convinced that no matter how arrogant these rookies were, they stood no chance against a true D-class monster. His sinister plan was revealed as he thought about the final detail. The lion had been enhanced by his own skills. A glowing red status window appeared over the enraged beast, confirming Zeiling's trick. The lion was in a light arrow state, its gravity reduced, and its damage and speed massively increased. Zeiling mentally called it the fastest twin-headed lion. Another status window showed the lion was also berserk, granting it another 10% attack and 50% speed boost. Facing this impossibly strong foe, Bai Yi's expression turned grim. Clutching the dagger from his father's safe, he wondered if he would be forced to reveal his full strength to survive. Turning to Qi Yin, he told her to retreat to a safe distance, saying this was a monster she could not handle. Qi Yin looked on with frustration and anger at herself, cursing her hesitation from moments before. The massive, flame-covered twin-headed lion leaped into the air, hurtling directly towards Bai Yi and Qi Yin. Just as Bai Yi prepared to face it alone, Qi Yin, her face full of fierce determination, thrust her hand forward and shouted her spell, "Vine Wall!" In an instant, thick, thorny vines shot up from the ground, catching the lion midair and wrapping tightly around its body. Not letting up, Qi Yin poured more power into her spell, screaming for another layer. With a final roar, she unleashed a triple-layered vine wall, completely trapping the fiery beast and temporarily stopping its attack. Bai Yi looked on, surprised by her sudden display of power. Turning to him, Qi Yin asked if she could join him in the fight, promising not to hold him back. She declared that even though it was a D-class monster, she wanted to face it with him. From the sidelines, Zeiling watched in disbelief, wondering if the girl had lost her mind since she had almost been eaten just moments ago. A small smile touched Bai Yi's lips as he commented on how quickly she had adjusted, admitting he thought she would have been paralyzed with fear. Qi Yin responded with new confidence, stating that she had worked too hard to be defeated here. Now standing side by side, they prepared to face the restrained D-class monster together, ready for the real battle to begin.
Thanks for watching. I'm going to introduce the new manhwa. Please subscribe to the channel, like the video. And if you want to see a specific manhwa, name in the comments, I will try to make it. It will take long time, but I try to make it, and see you tomorrow.